All right. Hello, everyone. For the past 9 months, I've been leading the network expansion group at MetaMask. So you could say that after 9 months, we're giving birth to Solana natively on MetaMask. Okay. Our primary goal over this time period has been to enable Solana support for the over 30 million monthly active users of MetaMask. And today, I'm going to be sharing a little bit about what we learned in that process and how we think about making a seamless multi-chain wallet experience. So for those who don't know, MetaMask is the OG Ethereum wallet. It has the broadest support for Ethereum-based networks, but until now, it never had native support for other types of blockchains like Solana. One of the most requested features we've had from our users has been native Solana support. So we've spent the past 6 months overhauling and transforming the MetaMask code base in order to be able to support Solana natively. We've also conducted many hours of user research and design planning to introduce this new experience to our users. And one thing that became abundantly clear in our user interviews as we talked to users is that many of the MetaMask users also use blockchains like Solana and Bitcoin, especially the pioneer users, the ones who are the frontier of Web3, on-chain traders, airdrop hunters, NFT enthusiasts, and etc., are by and large multi-chain users. So our mission became twofold. One is to build a friendly Solana experience for our existing MetaMask users who haven't tried Solana yet, but the other is also to build a familiar and compelling Solana experience for those who are already using Solana today and will be using it with MetaMask. And so I'm going to talk about some of the differences and user expectations that we studied during this journey. On Solana, trading tokens is the name of the game. The primary use case that wallets and dApps support is token trading and portfolio tracking. Other features like NFTs are secondary. Shorter block times on Solana and the rise of token launchers has shifted user expectations towards expecting wallets and dApps to index and be aware of tokens as fast as possible. It's now standard for wallets and dApps to track new tokens as soon as they're created, such as on pump.fun. This is a significant shift from what users expected on Ethereum. On Ethereum, there's a long tail of networks and tokens, and users were comfortable with the friction of adding these things manually to the wallet. And they didn't necessarily expect in the early days of decentralized exchanges that all of the tokens that they were trading would be visible in the wallet, and so they would add them manually. But now, with Solana being a single chain and a very fast trading experience, users are expecting that they can access those tokens, especially if a meme coin can pop up very quickly and users want to chase that. They expect their wallets and dApps to index that information right away. And so these user expectations necessitate unique infrastructure approaches, for example, real-time data streaming. The good news is, while we've been building this faster trading experience in MetaMask and faster availability of data, the experience is improving across the board, across all of the different chains that we support. When it comes to transaction execution, transactions on EVM networks rely on a fee market, and users can just pay more to have their transaction included. Also, transactions can get stuck in the mempool, and then users need to pay more to get them unstuck. But on Solana, when the network is congested, users have transactions fail. There's no mempool, so transactions don't wait to be mined. And if a transaction fails, users will just try again to have it included. That being said, slippage is a much bigger problem, especially with long-tail assets, new assets that may not have much liquidity yet. So users, in some cases, will dial up slippage. They'll increase that, but that opens them up to more risk. That puts them at danger of potentially having a lot of the value of their trade taken away when they go to make the transaction. And so in order to, so users can dial up slippage, but that's dangerous. And so what wallets and dApps are now doing is engaging in dynamic slippage, right? Predicting the right slippage dynamically, which makes a much better and safer experience for users. Likewise, users also expect that when they go to make a transaction that they're going to have a simulation. And it's very important on Ethereum networks, dApps expect wallets to make the transaction and land it on chain. On Solana, not all dApps expect the wallet to land the transaction. Many Solana dApps have their own transaction infrastructure, but it's unrealistic for most dApps to run that type of transaction infrastructure. And with the advent of simulations, it's very important that a user, when they see the simulation in the wallet, that the wallet tries to enforce the outcome of that transaction on chain. So what I think you're going to be seeing more and more of as we move towards dynamic fee prediction, dynamic slippage, and much better transaction execution, and trying to ensure that users get their transaction included the first time, which is especially something that Ethereum users expect, then you're going to see more and more dApps relying on the wallet to execute the transaction on-chain. Now, lastly, when we talk about dApps, the Solana wallet standard that all dApps use today is primarily a single chain and a single account paradigm. When you switch the active account in your wallet, oftentimes what will happen is the wallet will disconnect from the dApp, and you'll have to start over. But user expectations for wallets are increasingly multi-chain and multi-account. And the Ethereum provider implementation that dApps use in the Ethereum ecosystem actually allows a wallet to give multiple accounts to a dApp, and for the dApp to seamlessly use those different accounts simultaneously. And each Ethereum wallets, like MetaMask, has actually moved towards a seamless multi-account and multi-chain experience, where you can actually be connected to multiple chains at the same time within the Ethereum ecosystem. Now, most dApps today are not designed for this experience, but at MetaMask, we've actually been pioneering a new wallet API for dApps, which allows you to connect multiple accounts across multiple chains simultaneously and to make transactions and signatures across those different accounts and across different scopes of different networks. And so if you can imagine using a dApp like Magic Eden or OpenSea, connecting multiple accounts across different chains like Ethereum, Base, Linea, and Solana at the same time, and then making transactions across those different chains in a seamless experience where you don't have to change the network configuration or mess around with the active account in your wallet, this is what we're building right now. And if you are building a dApp, I would love for you to talk to me so I can share some details of how you can start playing around with this new wallet API. But I think this is what you're going to see in the future with multi-chain dApps, is a really seamless wallet API experience. So to wrap this all up, we believe that making a user-friendly wallet experience is about ensuring that users have the information they need to make fast, informed decisions, to be able to browse, trade, and even take risks with confidence. We've built a framework at MetaMask that allows us to create a seamless multi-chain experience while also being able to build expressive and tailored user flows for the unique features of each blockchain ecosystem. This is important because users want to explore the multi-chain landscape while also being empowered to access the unique frontiers of each ecosystem and to have a consistent experience where what they expect is what they get on-chain. And the right user experience and the right wallet makes both of these possible. So we're excited to be turning a page in the MetaMask story, to be embarking on a true multi-chain future with our users, and to bring all of our users to Solana so they can explore and get all the benefits that the network has to offer. And I just want to thank you and thank the Solana Foundation and Solana Accelerate for giving me the opportunity to share a slice of what we have learned. Thank you.